Of Road to the World Series. Today we finish off this series with the Phillies and our final game against the Phillies this year. We will not see them again for the remainder of the year, and I highly doubt that we will see them in the playoffs either, if we make it to the playoffs. Although at this point in the season, we're looking pretty good. We're 17 games over 500, and we're really rocking right now, winning 8 of our last 10. But this is the rubber match of this series here, and we're going to send Kyle Hendricks to the hill. Hendricks 5-5 this year with a 3.55 ERA. A lot of fives in that. 5. It's like one of those Hollywood phone numbers. He'll be squaring off against Jared Ecoff. Ecoff is 2-6 with a 4.78 ERA, so definitely a candidate to get roughed up. We got to Charlie Morton pretty early yesterday. Anthony Rizzo led off the game, or led off early with a bomb into the upper deck and right, and looking for much of the same in this one here. Looking to get a good start and a good game yesterday from Christopher Negron. Christopher Negron in there for Addison Russell, who has a broken ankle. And then Javier Baez, who's also out. Let's just take a look at our DL situation here. Javi going to be coming back about a week from his torn hamstring that he had very early in the year. I want to say back in April that he was out with that. And then Addison Russell, broken ankle. He's still got at least another 30 to 40 days on the DL. And then we also had Minori Kawasaki, who also has a broken ankle. That was the next candidate to come up, but he was also hurt, so it fell to Christopher Negron, and Christopher Negron did a good job of getting to the call yesterday. Hopefully he does much of the same for at least the next week until we can get Javier Baez back there. But we can go ahead and jump into this ball game and see if we can get a win in this one, leave Philadelphia with a 2-for-3, and move on to Atlanta. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and kick it out to Matt, Eric, and Steve out at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, and I'll be back after this one, guys. Enjoy.
With the skyline in front of us, a look at Citizens Bank Park here in Philadelphia. Today, the third and final game in this 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies. It's Phillies baseball on the show next. Jared Ecoff gets the assignment for the rubber match in this series. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, was not real effective in his last start. Gave up 5 earned runs. Going to have to try to limit that here in this one.
Dexter Fowler makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Good afternoon for the Cubs. Center fielder, number 24.
And the first pitch of the afternoon is taken for ball 1 as we get underway in Philadelphia. Eric, these Phillies, as they begin play here today, they come in trying to bounce back from a loss last time out, but they've been in good form lately, 5-2 over their last 7.
After the loss last time out, that sets up a rubber match here in the finale, so I'm expecting this to be the best game of the 3.
Here it comes on 1-1. And he comes back with a fastball, 1-2 now.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
And we'll see him work both sides of the plate with the curveball going forward. Now, maybe not that far in, but he'll move that pitch around.
Hit hard up the middle. And that'll get on through into center field, so he's got himself a leadoff single.
Yeah, a nice job there as this one gets right up the middle to start the ball game. Always nice to put a guy in the stretch right from the very start.
Jason Hayward will get his first opportunity here, and as you can see, he's got that average up over the 290 mark to begin play.
Well, he's been hitting really well over his last 10 games or so, and he's someone to watch out for in this one.
Now this is on the ground to first. We'll see if they can get two. One there on to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
This is always a tough throw here for a first baseman coming off the bag. You got to make sure that you don't just throw the ball right into the runner's back heading down to second base. Here he takes just a little extra time to make sure that he makes a good throw. And they're going to settle for just one at second.
Chris Bryant will get his first shot here. Couple of hits in 4 trips last night.
Well, you're right. His last game was excellent, but he just keeps adding to those numbers. Over his last 10 games, he's been hitting over 350. I'll take that anytime.
And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. And set up behind the dish is Gary Simmons as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Well, some call Simmons a pitcher's umpire because he's been known to have a wide zone at times, but I think he evens it out, to be honest with you. Pretty fair overall.
Hot shot on the ground is short, and that's through for a hit.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with one away.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in now. Certainly a dangerous hitter as he ranks number 2 in the National League in home runs.
Well, and that's exactly what you want from your corner infielders. You got to love having those big boys down the lines that drive the ball out of the yard.
First delivery to him on the way. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. Runners are at first and second with one away. Fastball called strike. 1-2.
This is the thing that's so impressive about this guy. He'll show you that good breaking ball, but then he'll run that fastball up the ladder at 92, 93.
Changeup, and that fades down and away. 2-2.
That changeup away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
Still 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. Who are you focused on, EK?
Well, Matty, I can't wait to see if Kyle Schwarber can keep it going. He comes into the game sporting a slugging percentage over 600, so expect to see some very hard contact out of him in this one. You don't see guys with numbers like that every day.
Ben Zobrist will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Yeah, not really a great performance for him yesterday, but that's just part of this ball game. You have to know that those rough ones are going to come up and bite you every once in a while.
And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Hit the target, but this is low, 2-1.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
Three and one now.
Oh, with every pitch it misses, he just keeps digging himself a deeper and deeper hole.
2 down, runners at first and second. He pulls this one into right. In for a look is Borges, but this gets down, a base hit. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
That's a great example of one teammate picking up another there. Now, after the guy before him struck out and couldn't drive the run in, he gets him off the hook here by knocking in the run with 2 away.
Kyle Schwarber will stand in now, and obviously one to be careful with, as you see there, currently leading the senior circuit in long balls.
And he's also in the top 10 in batting average and RBIs, so not just hitting those home runs. He's having a great year overall at the plate.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Nope.
Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1.
Now here's a spot with a run home already. That looks nice on the scoreboard. But if you could put up a 2 or even a 3 spot here in the first, that could really go a long way against a guy like this.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, this is the kind of inning he's not pitching efficiently. He's just trying to be too darn fine, not trusting his stuff.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
He was hoping he'd get him to go up the ladder there, but that's going to set up an even more dangerous pitch here on 3-1.
And he misses with it for ball 4, so the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
Boy, the command. Not really good right now to start this ball game. Already that's 3 hits now and a walk he's given up. He's really laboring through this first inning of work.
Miguel Montero will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday. Looking to minimize the damage here. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
Well, he's really had to work hard here in this first inning. And you got to wonder, how much is that going to take out of him?
Bases are loaded here, 2 down. And this is swung on and missed that time by Montero. No balls and 2 strikes now.
I think he saw stars in his eyes there. He was thinking grand slam on that one.
Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt. And they get the force at home. Whatever works as the side is retired. So it's 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Cubs 1 and the Phillies nothing. Kyle Hendricks gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, you see the ERA there. Not anything that's going to jump out, but he has been dependable and gives his ball club a chance to win.
Odubel Herrera comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Phillies, center fielder, Odubel Herrera.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. EK, 1-year-old ball clubs, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they've got to be considered one of, if not the hottest team in baseball right now. Winners of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
And they've got themselves a pretty good-sized lead in the division coming into play. Certainly not out of reach yet, but they've got to be pretty comfortable with where they're sitting at this point in the year.
way outside. 1-2. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. A moment now to check out the hometown Phils starting lineup. Steve, what's the key for them here today?
Well, you're thinking that you might be able to score runs today in this ballpark and against this pitcher. So you need to get on top and then just don't let that foot off the pedal. Keep it going because no lead is safe here.
Cesar Hernandez will stand in for the first time now, coming off a 3-hit contest in the loss last night. And this is low, ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
In for a strike. It's 1-1. Hot shot to third. And he whips on it as this ball's right under his glove.
Well, it didn't look like there was anything too special about this ground ball. It just looked like he maybe raised his head a little bit there, and that'll cost him a 1-out base runner.
Maikel Franco will come forward now, and like so many of his Phillies teammates, really thrives here at Citizens Bank Park, as is reflected in his splits. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. There he goes. Chopped foul right at home plate. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. The 1-2 pitch. Now a swing and a ball lofted down the right field line and fairly deep. Hayward is out near the wall as he pulls it in for the second out. And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, the last place you want to hit the ball against this team, right field. He won the Gold Glove Award last year. He can go get him with the best of anyone.
Darren Ruff will stand in, and as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against the southpaws than he does against right-handers. In there, strike 1.
So tough to hang in there on that pitch, but you got to do it. You can't give up that inside corner, or this guy will eat you alive.
And a sinker's in there for a called strike, and he forges ahead 0-2.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Phillies strand 1. They still trail 1-0. Christopher Negron will stride in now. 2 hits for him, including a home run in last night's contest. First pitch on its way. Second inning starts with a fastball that misses. It's 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. 2-0 count. Here it comes. Swung on, missed. 2-1.
Yeah, you know, 2-0, even if you get your fastball, it doesn't mean you should be automatically swinging. He's probably fortunate he didn't make contact with that because that was in a perfect spot.
To 2-2 now.
Yeah, same pitch, same result, and he's late on it again.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at how the Phils will set up on D. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, over at shortstop in this one, we'll see an arm that you don't see very often. He has a cannon. He's the type of guy, he can kick a ball, boot it, still pick it up, and get the runner at first.
Stepping in, Kyle Hendricks. He'll get to take his first cuts here. In there at the knees, strike one. Second inning here as the Cubs lead this one early 1-0. On, could we see another strikeout here? It's 0-2 now. And a minimum effort at bat that time as the pitch is taken for a strike three called, and he'll go back to focusing on pitching instead. 2 away now.
That's now 3 straight strikeouts going back to last inning. Whatever he's throwing, it's working up there.
Dexter Fowler stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike one. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Curveball, but he can't get him to chase it. 1-2.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding off.
2 out, nobody on. And here's one that barely misses off the inside corner. 2-2.
You know, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Under it is the left fielder. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, who played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. Freddie Galvis will stand in here, and like so many others, hitless in the shutout last night.
Well, guys, he's really been scuffling lately, hitting under 250 over his last 10 games. So he's going to be looking to turn this thing around sometime soon.
On the ground to the left side. And he's retired here, 1 away.
Boy, I think they'll take this kind of play all day long. You get a guy to chase out of the strike zone, and on the very first pitch, no less. And that's an easy out, number 1.
Peter Borges will stride forward now, looking to keep that hit streak alive. Currently at 6 games entering play. Into the windup and the pitch. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Yeah, I don't think you want to come in throwing a lot of high changeups. That's a pitch he's going to have to get lower in the strike zone.
Called strike 0-2.
And I know it's your first at-bat of the ball game and you want to work the count a little, but those were two pretty good pitches to have a rip out.
Bases are empty, one man out. Got him.
Batting 7.
Well, not sure what we're waiting for up there. I mean, these look to be like pretty good pitches to hit, and it just seemed like he never got a really good feel for any of them.
Carlos Ruiz will stand in now, happy that this series is at home, no doubt, as you see his splits right there. Here's the first pitch to him. And here is strike one call to the 37-year-old veteran up there. 0-1. Bases are empty here with two men out. And he misses with it. 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. Grounded to the right. Zobrist is able to get there. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Stick around because Jason Hayward will lead things off when we come back. We play 2 innings. It's 1-0. The city's founder, William Penn, seen there at Top City Hall here in Philadelphia, as we welcome you back to Baseball on the Show. And there is Jason Hayward. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest. Into the seats, 0-1. And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1. Hit sharply toward the right side. And one away now here in the Chicago third.
Well, that one looked like for all the world it was a sure single leading off the inning. It was certainly hit hard enough, but evidently it was hit a little too hard as it winds up getting flagged down, and that's just a tough break.
Chris Bryant is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. And a curveball that he didn't get on top of there. It's 1-1. One out, nobody on. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. One and two, here it comes. This is hit high and deep out to left. Back on it is the left fielder. And this one is gone. A home run. A solo shot here to left. Number 13 for him on the year, as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0. Yeah, and this is just a fastball right here, but I'm pretty sure it's not where he wanted it.
This has got some elevation to it, and that's one of those where you know it's going to be a home run as soon as you let go of it.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now.
Anthony Rizzo
Sends that one out of play for strike one. Now the 0-1. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Well, that's a good thing that pitch was above the strike zone, because a few inches lower and that ball's right in his wheelhouse.
Just out in front of that one, still 2-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Hard liner toward short, and that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Well, if you stay out of the middle, you'll have a chance, but neither of these teams are going to miss a fat pitch down Broadway, and he just drives this into left for a base hit.
Ben Zobrist steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
Pulled toward right center field. Pereira is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
Whoa, and as a pitcher, you'll hold your breath anytime a ball's hitting the air at this place, but luckily he got under this ball a little bit too much, and that runner has to retreat back to first base.
Into the box now, Kyle Schwarber. He drew a walk his first time up. Here comes the first pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. A runner on first with 2 away. Line drive to center field. Pereira is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Cubs get a run here thanks to this solo home run. We played 2.5. It's now 2-0 Chicago. Number 2 settles into the box for his first chance.
left fielder, number 2.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Chop foul at the plate. Strike 1. The 0-1. Pretty well struck high and deep to left field. Schwarber ranging back. And a leaping effort at the wall, but it's in vain. A home run. And how about that? Number 2 has got himself his first big league round tripper. We'll have to wait and see how many more of these he can mount in his career, but for now I'm sure he's happy to say he's got his first.
Well, I think that any kid who's ever dreamed about playing this game dreams exactly this. Watching the ball disappear over the fence, then circling the bases in a big league ballpark. I'm sure he was practically floating as he jogged the bases. He'll be replaying that at-bat over and over. You know his phone's going to blow up. He's going to be calling his mom, his buddies. Everybody's going to be talking about this one.
Stepping in now, Jared Eichhoff.
Pitcher.
As he'll take a look at ball 1. Swing and a miss. Little too anxious there. 1-1.
Oh, and he's sure got a good one, doesn't he? That ball goes from about knee-high to ankle-high in the matter of about 5 feet.
And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
This guy is almost no threat up at the plate. I mean, you could get away with fastballs right down the middle if you wanted to.
Swung on and missed, and it's even at 2-2.
Might have been anticipating the sinker there because he was well under that one.
Hit hard towards center. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
How about that swing? That wasn't just a little bleeder off the end of his bat. He swung that bat like he knew what he was doing up there.
Odubel Herrera will stand in here. He was set down on strikes to start the home first.
They fooled him at the changeup in his last at-bat. I got to believe you go after him again with that changeup.
He's set. Here it comes. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Nobody out, runner on first. No, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Fowler is there. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now batting, second baseman, Cesar Hernandez.
Digging in now, Cesar Hernandez. As the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Decent numbers, but nothing amazing from the left side of the plate so far this season.
Off the plate and low here, ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Calling for it, Schwarber, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Third baseman, number 7, Michael Franco.
Digging in, Michael Franco. He flew out in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Nope. Ball 1.
And he takes ball 1. Hit to short. Underhanded flip. On to Zobrist for the force, and the side is retired. Phillies get 1 in the frame courtesy of this solo home run. We played 3 full. It's the Cubs 2 and the Phillies 1. Miguel Montero is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
Catcher, Miguel Montero.
And he'll try and crowd him there with a fastball to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
He did not like that one bit. Now, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there.
Well, I just don't think he was expecting that one, and it was the perfect time to just take a little off.
1-2 is an off-speed pitch. No dice. It's 2-2. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And he holds off on the breaking ball, so the count runs full. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. So with one away, let's punch up the graphic and show you the pitch speed comparison for the two starters here in the fourth inning. And we've got a power guy versus more a finesse guy, and that's illustrated here. 96 versus just 90 miles an hour is the top two speeds. Settling in now, Christopher Negron. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Here's a curveball that runs outside. It's ball one.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball right now, and that's going to get him into trouble if he keeps leaving it up there like that.
Fourth inning of a 2-1 ball game. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Ruff is over, and he tucks it away for the second out.
Now batting.
And this is right where they wanted this thing. You see it on show track there. They wanted to take him up around the letters, hoping for the pop-up, and that's exactly what they got.
Into the box now, Kyle Hendricks. A little bouncer. That rolls foul for strike one. 2 runs, 5 hits. 1 error for the Cubs to this point. To short. Fielded by Galvis. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Cubs are down in order. They lead it 2-1. Darren Ruff is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one.
Trying to jump on that first pitch changeup. That's a good pitch there to start this AB.
Very weakly on the ground, but that one rolls foul. Trying to strike him out for the second time. And he struck him out, so he's down on strikes for the second time this afternoon.
Up next for Philadelphia.
And that's a good 0-2 pitch there. It's a little up, it's a little out, but it's close enough that a hitter's basically forced to go after it.
Standing in now, Freddie Galvis. As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike.
Anytime you can throw a first pitch strike to about 60% of the batters you've faced, or better than that, then you should get pretty good results. And we're in the middle innings in this game, so that's pretty good.
1 out, nobody on. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Right back, same pitch, also knee high. He wasn't buying that one either. He's going to have to do something now. He's down 2 strikes.
Swing and a little tapper. Montero going to have to hurry. Throw gets him, 2 down.
The batter, right fielder, Peter Borja.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Peter Borges. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Well, you know, it never feels good to go down on strikes, especially looking. You wouldn't be surprised to see him be a little more aggressive in this at-bat.
Sinker to open the AB in there for strike one.
Boy, he has been a first strike throwing machine, hasn't he? He's hardly been behind in the count all game long.
Belted high in the air out to left. Schwarber ranging back. A leap, but he can't bring it back into the park. It's a home run. A solo home run off the bat of Peter Borges as the Phillies have come back to tie this one at 2.
Well, this place has a reputation as being a launching pad, and it ain't hard to see why. That's already 3 balls that have left the yard so far, and I would doubt sincerely that'll be the last.
Here's the catcher, Carlos Ruiz.
Number 51, Carlos.
And he is frozen on a good curveball that started at his hip at strike 1. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Two out, nobody on. Line towards center field, and he'll break through with a solid knock here, his first of the ball game.
And this is something they've worked on in the batting cage, taking some of the movement out of his swing. Much more compact now, and he's seeing some definite results.
Number 2 stands in. Line hard to the left side, but foul. Swing and a liner. Foul. And a classic 0-2 pitch as the changeup misses low, and it's 1-2 now.
Well, that's a good take there with 2 strikes. That wasn't an easy one to lay off of.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And another foul ball. A swinging bunt to the mound. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. But the Phils have come back to tie it thanks to this solo home run. We played 4, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Dexter Fowler heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup, 0-1.
Nope.
And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1. And, oh, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
Well, in a tie game, that leadoff hitter, he knows he has to get on. Probably didn't quite have this in mind, but I have a feeling he'll take it.
Jason Hayward will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
Pitch out. Nothing doing. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
Yeah, you know, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0, you can look for one pitch in one spot. And if it's not in that spot, you take it.
Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
Is he worrying too much about that guy on first?
I think he might be. Guys worry so much about the stolen base, but they don't realize that a walk is 10 times worse.
And he drops a change in on him there, and that'll run it full 3-2.
It might not be a bad time to have a look over to first. Make sure they don't have any ideas of trying to send him to keep out of the double play.
And he will take ball 4. First and second now with nobody out.
A hit by pitch, then a walk. Things are starting to unravel on him out there a little bit. You've got to pull it together.
Chris Bryant stands in, coming off a solo homer in his previous trip.
Well, that was a fastball that he hit then, so we'll see if they go after him with hard stuff again.
Some activity out in the bullpen now as a couple of left-handers begin to stir. First pitch coming, here it is. Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
And you know, sometimes when you're thinking fastball, you try to get moving just a little bit early. And that's a good job of recognizing off speed and then holding back on the swing.
A little bit outside. 2-1.
You know what? He's starting to skate on some thin ice here, and sooner or later, he's going to have to challenge him.
In there, and it's even now. 2-2. Two runs, 5 hits. 1 error for the Cubs to this point. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2. EK, where are you going now on 3-2?
I still got to work a corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike. Can't be a giveaway pitch.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Well, when you talk about a great 1-2 combination, here it is. Go high and tight on the previous pitch and then low and away for the punch out. That's a great job of changing the line of sight for the hitter, and it really paid off there.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1.
And you can bet they'll pitch him carefully with a couple guys on base.
Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Yeah, curveball, then changeup here on the first couple pitches. Now might be the time to see him run that fastball in on his hands. Maybe try and get this guy to pop something up.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Flip of his glove for one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Andres Blanco will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 4, Andres Blanco.
Drilled to the right side. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
And now you just start to wonder how much is the heat taken out of this guy. You see the pitch count. It's not all that bad just yet, but he's been in and out of trouble a few times already. So he's definitely had some max effort innings.
Odubel Herrera will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out 0 for 2 thus far. Line toward the gap in left center. In there, a base hit. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Oh, my goodness. This guy is really starting to heat up now. That's 8 straight games with a base hit. He's been fun to watch.
Cesar Hernandez will stand in now with 2 on here and nobody out to begin the inning.
And on the mound, he hasn't found himself in too many rough spots so far. So this might be his first real test of the ballgame.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
Boy, and right here, just a ground ball is going to get you a run. And more than that, it gets you the lead in this game. So you've got to find a way to put that ball in play.
Runners at second and third here, nobody out. Lifted in the air to center field. Fowler will make the play. Tagging is the runner from third. And the go-ahead run will score on the sacrifice fly as this is now a 3-2 ball game.
Well, nobody's going to confuse this guy with Miguel Cabrera or Chris Davis, but with the runner on third, he doesn't have to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Just has to get one deep enough out there to deliver that run from third. That's nice going.
Michael Franco stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. 1 out and a runner on third. Drilled on the ground to short. Negron is up with it. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
Well, this is a pretty hard hit ball, and I thought for a second that he might have had a shot at the plate, but he thinks about it for a second and takes the sure out instead, and that allows that runner to come in and score.
Darren Ruff will stand in now. A punch-out victim twice already. EK, I'll ask you because you're the one sitting next to me. Do you approach an at-bat differently when you have 2 strikeouts under your belt this early in the game?
Well, you do in the sense that whatever you did the first 2 times, it wasn't working. But I think if you start worrying too much about trying to avoid the hat trick or worse, it'll start becoming a mind game, and you'll start falling into some pretty bad habits.
A bit high there. A ball and no strikes. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And not the greatest approach there as he offers it a pitch in the dirt, and it's even at 1-1.
And this is part of the reason why he's staring a hat trick right in the face. He just hasn't been able to recognize these pitches that are well out of the zone.
And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1.
A much better approach here at the plate so far. Well, he's not working from behind in the count like he has his first few at-bats.
Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. 5 innings complete. It's the Phillies 4 and the Cubs 2. Number 53 will come in and pitch now.
For the Phillies, number 53.
Ben Zobrist will be the first one to greet him, as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here. Now some movement out in the Phillies bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen. Out in front of it, strike 1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Ground ball left side. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Well, these guys have been high on effort, but low on results so far. They're still stuck on 2 runs, but at least they've got a leadoff base runner here to start this inning.
Kyle Schwarber will step in now, representing the potential tying run.
And keep in mind, he is the team leader in home runs, so if anyone's got a shot of getting one out of here, it's him.
And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball 1. Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees. 1-1.
Now, he's probably lucky he didn't make contact on that one.
One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Both teams with 6 hits so far. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1 and 2. Ready on 1 and 2. Lays off the 1-2 changeup, and he's worked it back to 2 and 2.
Ooh, there's a tough one to take right there on a 1 and 2 pitch, especially after fighting off so many pitches leading up to that one.
Here's the pitch on 2 and 2. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Right over the top here with the 4-seam fastball. Good drive through the release. Just threw it right by him at the letters.
Montero.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. Borges is back near the stands as he hauls it in for the second out.
Up next for the Cubs, shortstop, Christopher Negron.
Christopher Negron will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Fastball too high to start him out here. 1-0. That evens it up. 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now.
And this offense has just been stuck in neutral. Even when they get a guy on to start the inning, They've got nothing to go with it.
And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. We're in the 6th inning now of a 4-2 ball game. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. Grounded to short. Galvis has it, flips it underhand. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. One left for the Cubs. Still down by a count of 4-2. Freddie Galvis will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. He's got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. The 0-2 home. Heading out towards shallow right. Hayward is under it. One away.
Yeah, take a couple of home run balls out of the equation, and he really hasn't pitched all that badly. Good start to the inning here.
Now to the plate, Peter Borges. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he gets ahead with the curveball. Strike one. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will. Just to the right of the chalk. A fair ball. Around first, on his way to second now. And he's in there safely. He's got a double.
And this usually stems from a guy that's sitting on a fastball. So when he gets that changeup, normally he's so far out on his front foot, he'll just hook it foul. But instead, this time he's able to stay back, keep his hands back just long enough to keep this one fair right down the line.
Here's the catcher, Carlos Ruiz, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. That's now 10 doubles for him on the season. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. On his way to pitch number 75. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Smoke toward the hole. Rizzo is there. And he'll take this one to the bag for the out. But meanwhile, the runner will move up 90 feet to third base.
These days in this game, we talk so much about situational hitting. Hit behind the runners. Move guys up. But with one out, you got to try to drive that guy in. That was a really unproductive out, even though the guy moves to third.
Number 2 will stride in again. And before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the third inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. And this is hauled in on the run as he takes quite a tumble but hangs on, and the inning is over. One left for Philadelphia, but they still lead this one 4-2. Welcome back to Citizens Bank Park here in Philadelphia. It's on to the 7th inning now with the Phillies out in front, and it's a good time to check out our game summary through the first 6 innings so far. Matt Caesar is up off the bench as he'll pinch hit here to start inning number 7.
Matt Caesar.
Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. Fly ball out toward left center field. Herrera on the run, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And he'll get in there standing up with a leadoff double.
And that's a big double right there, down by 2, but more importantly, that's going to get the tying run to the plate. So we're going to see how they want to handle this defensively now with the open base.
Dexter Fowler will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
Down the third baseline. Backhanded. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
Well, this is a perfect example why these guys are losing this game. You get the leadoff double. If this ground ball goes to the right side, it's a productive out, and you get the man to third. But he hits it to the left side. It's a complete waste of an at-bat.
Here's Jason Hayward now. And he'll try to check his swing here, but he'll have no such luck. It's strike 1. Tough spot here for a left-handed hitter, facing a guy that's exceptionally tough on lefties.
Yeah, you generally get so many at-bats against right-handed pitching. Now you're in a good RBI spot, and you're stuck facing a guy like this.
Drops one down here, and he'll try to beat it out. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him.
I tell you, when it's done right, it looks so easy. I mean, this ball is put down almost equidistant from all 3 guys that had a shot at this. Perfectly done.
So a pivotal moment here, and digging in now, Chris Bryant. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run.
Yeah, but you got to make sure that he doesn't try to do too much here. Just keep that line moving. Do something productive and give the next guy a chance as well.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a called strike down in the zone, 0-1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. 7th inning here at the ballpark. 4-2 our score. And another strike. Good fastball under the hands. It's 0-2.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he's trying to get a ground ball here. He's coming right after him, trying to get a punch out.
Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Here it comes, 0-2. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
That is a big time to come up with a strikeout in a tight game like this. You still got that tying run over there at first, but with 2 away now, you don't necessarily need a ground ball to get you out of this.
Anthony Rizzo gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Borges on the run. And that's the 3rd out. Cubs strand a couple. They trail it here 4-2. Emmanuel Burris is up off the bench as he'll be asked to get something started in the home half of the seventh. Clayton Richard will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home seventh.
Leading off for the Phillies.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. Can't connect there on the breaking ball. 1-1. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And a rather easy first out.
Now batting.
Well, that'll be a frustrating at-bat for him. He's got to be thinking he let one get away there because, that's a pitch he should have been able to handle.
Into the box, Odubel Herrera. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
Gets the call on the changeup there, 2-1.
Yeah, you don't see 2-0 changeups too often, but if you know a good hitter's going to be sitting fastball, don't give him what he wants.
Skied into straightaway right. Hayward waits on it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Yeah, that's just a good pitch right there. That's a 2-seam fastball working its way back inside, and he's probably fortunate he didn't break his bat. He winds up getting this one right down there on the label, and he's retired.
In now, Cesar Hernandez. As a good changeup will get him to commit too early, and it's strike 1. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
Well, when you're behind in a count like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Got him looking, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. David Hernandez will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
David Hernandez.
Leading off the inning, Ben Zobrist, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. And in a 4-2 game, time to check the numbers here. It's our starter comparison as we see how these 2 performances stack up against one another. Kyle Schwarber ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
Fouled back. Getting late, 4-2 our score as we play the 8th inning. This is pulled into right, and he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow.
Just a fantastic catch out there by the outfielder, and the one guy that's more excited about it than the guy who caught the ball is the pitcher. He knows that that one could have been extra bases.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at a first pitch fastball for strike 1.
That thing's coming in there hot, 96 miles an hour.
Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control 0-2.
Yeah, a couple of mid-90s fastballs, and he hasn't been close on either one of them.
2 out, nobody on. Hit well on the ground to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Still down by a count of 4-2. Maikel Franco will step in. A ground out victim his last time.
Phillies, third baseman, Maikel Franco.
First offering on its way. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Lifted into center field. Fowler has a play. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, first baseman, Darren Ruff.
Darren Ruff will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all-or-nothing type hitters. But, hey, he's still got a chance to make an impact on this game right now.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. Squared that one up just a little late. Again, he sends it out of play. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Another one sent foul. To short, hit hard. Played on the backhand. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
The batter, number 13, shortstop, Freddie Galvis.
Freddie Galvis will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And he lays off there, 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. Schwarber is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Phillies down in order, but they still lead this one 4-2. Genmar Gomez is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th.
Number 46, Genmar Gomez.
Kicking off the top of the 9th, Christopher Negron. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least 1 back here in this inning.
And we kick off the ninth inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Oh, he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
A lot of people think that pitch will burn straight down, but it will work back a little bit towards righties, like that one did right there.
And here's a ball hit in the air, but this will land untouched. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Now a swing and a ground ball, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Ready to deliver the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the ninth.
And up by 2 here in the ninth, he needed to make sure he could keep that leadoff man off base so they don't get the tying run to the plate. That's a huge first out.
Jorge Soler will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with one gone in the inning.
Jorge Soler.
First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. On the ground near home. That winds up foul for the second strike. One out, nobody on. Way outside. 1-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Well, you get a good sense of his value to this ball club watching this. 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts, and now they're an out away from wrapping this thing up.
Here's Dexter Fowler now. Bounced weakly near the plate. Ruiz has it. Throw on to first. He'll take care of him. And the Phillies have taken the rubber match of this 3-game set as this ball game is over.
Yeah, and you know this home crowd is going to get to drive home happy as their guys come through with a very good win.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. And guys, little doubt that the big bat here tonight belonged to this gentleman right here, Peter Borges. Don't put that card in your bicycle spokes. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I think in the end, this really could have been anybody's award. But what the heck? Let's go ahead and give it to this guy. He's as deserving as anybody.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Phillies win this one 4-2. So long from Philly.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Philadelphia Phillies. 4 runs, 7 hits.
All right, guys, we take the loss in this one, and let's get a look at the highlights here now of this ball game. Start off in the top of the first. Ben Zobrist lined a base hit into right field, which would eventually score Jason Hayward on that play. And then in the top of the third, we had Chris Bryant hitting a bomb deep to left, and that put us up 2-0. Thought for sure at that point that we were going to have a good chance of winning this ball game, but that was quickly dashed in the bottom of the third when Tyler Goodell homered to left and got his first home run of his career on that one as well. A solo shot to left that was just a little bit too much into the seats for Schwarber. And then in the bottom of the fourth, things got a little bit hairy for Hendricks as he gave up another solo home run, this time to Peter Borges. And that was a line shot that just went into the seats. And then in the bottom of the fifth, Cesar Hernandez hit a deep fly ball with runners on second and third to score, I believe, I don't know who it was. Oh, it was Andres Blanco who pinch hit for Jared Ecoff in the fifth inning. And then they got one more in that inning on a ground out. And then Anthony Rizzo flied out here in a big moment for the Cubs to end a threat. And in the top of the eighth, Schwarber hit the ball hard, but just couldn't get it past Peter Borges, who makes a nice diving stab on that one as he dashed the hope of the Cubs there. And then in the top of the ninth, you're going to get a look at Jinmar Gomez striking out Christopher Negron to begin the ninth inning. And are we going to get one more highlight here? Yeah, we're going to get Jinmar Gomez getting the second out of the inning here against Jorge Soler. Jorge Soler missing on the slider there. That's been his Achilles heel most of the year. And then the final out of the game here, which, yeah, if you look at that play, that's definitely a foul ball. Because Carlos Ruiz fielded it in foul territory, but that was all she wrote in this one as we lose this one 4-2. And disappointing game for us there as we took the lead early and we're just not able to get anything else in that ball game, and they came back and answered the call on that one and take 2 of 3 from us in this series. But the good news is we did take 4 of 6 from them this season, so not that bad. But got to play better against the Philadelphia Phillies, that's for sure. It's been kind of an up and down month for us here, as we've won 5 of 8 this month. So not having a bad month, but definitely could be playing better considering we were playing the Diamondbacks and the Phillies in this series, which we lost 2 of 3, and then now we're going to get to go to Atlanta next after a day off, a much needed day off, especially after that 21-inning game that we had against Arizona earlier in the week, and really needed the day off. I really feel that was why we really played so poorly in this series against the Phillies, was we're just tired, plain and simple. But I get a day off, and we get to go to Atlanta. We get to start off with a really good pitching matchup with Jake Arrieta squaring off against Julio Teheran. Teheran having a good season, just not getting the run support. And then Arrieta also having another Cy Young caliber season, 8-3 this year with a 1.88 ERA, looking to continue his good performance and hoping to gain an all-star spot. So we'll just keep tabs on that. And but that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode of Road to the World Series, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us here on YouTube at Life of Raw Sports Gaming Network, as well on Twitch at Life of Raw Sports Gaming, and then don't forget to give us a follow on Twitter as well at LRSGN. I'm Big Dope 7, and you guys be sure to keep it real.